Dads. You at the vet? Dabbers. Oh, poor boy. So I come out to film a video and it's windy, which is far nicer for me and the dogs because it's been really warm the last few days, but it does mean you got to put up a wind noise and I am really sorry. But I prefer to film outdoors, so you get to see the dogs having fun. So yeah, I thought I'd talk today. What happened there, Arya? I have to watch that back. Arya, leave him alone. Yeah, so anyway, I've seen quite a few people like looking for a puppy. And not necessarily like just in this country or whatever, but anyway, like I live in this location, got puppies to find a puppy within an hour of there. And I'm like, really? You might get really lucky and find a really nice puppy from a good breeder within an hour of where you live. But you might have to wait a year, or you might not. And I don't understand why. Come on guys, this way! Judith! Oh look, she's running. I don't understand what's wrong with travelling. You know, all being well, these dogs are going to be part of your life for the next 12 to 14 years. So why wouldn't you travel more than an hour? It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, yeah, you might get lucky and find one 10 minutes from home, 20 minutes from home. But if you don't, travel. Hey Jude, you good girl, Judith. She says still quite warm with a big belly, mum. And then prices of puppies have massively changed recently. And I'm not going to get into that. But all I'll say is, if the breeder you find fulfills all of your requirements for health testing, temperament, etc., but they're a little bit more money, think of it like an investment. If you end up with a healthier puppy that's going to live longer and need less vet bills or have less vet bills, isn't that a good thing? Wouldn't that save you money in the long run? Come on guys, this way. You know, some breeders are still charging, you know, the pre-COVID prices, and some breeders aren't. Whatever. And pricing, you know, if you look and watching the pricing of puppies, it is coming down. Arya, Pod, careful. Arya, enough. Don't bite him. Pod, where's the birdies? Podrick. Pod. We're going on a walk later. That means they'll stop playing like this for a little while. Oh, Dudley went to the vets, by the way. They've given him anti-inflammatories for 5 days, and then they want to see him back. Apparently he's too painful for antibiotic drops, but I don't think I really emphasised strongly enough to them what a wimpy is. But anyway, he's on anti-inflams for 5 days. Yeah, so then I heard about like working breeds, you know, like a Labrador, one that's actually hunting and being active, and people are like, oh, but I just want a pet Labrador. Yes, but by that Labrador being a working breed, it's showing it's trainable, it's showing it's got a good temperament, and it's level-headed and quite exciting, quite, you know, high energy atmospheres of a hunt or field trial or whatever they're doing. It's showing its health, because if it's out competing and training and getting fit enough to do hunts and field trials, it won't be lame. You know, it's got good joints, it's got good health to be able to do all that. So, you know, from that aspect, yeah, you might just want a pet, but I think you'll have a healthier pet if you chose a Labrador from lines that are doing something. And it doesn't have to be field trial. It could be, I don't know, obedience. It could be agility. It could be scent work. Anything like that, where the dog is regularly being trained, regularly out, competing in public, doing its thing, should mean you have a better pet. Now, that's not saying you won't have to put work into them. It's not saying you won't have to train them. And it's not guaranteeing that you won't get health problems. But it's throwing the odds more in your favour. You know, for example, Jude, she's always sound. She's done obedience lessons, she's done some shows, she's done trick dog titles, she's got hip and elbow scored, full hearing. Boris is full hearing, Boris is hip and elbow scored. Does that mean those puppies couldn't get hip dysplasia? No. Does it mean it's more likely they got good hips? Yeah. You know, Boris has got a good temperament, Jude's got a good temperament. Does that mean every pup in that litter is guaranteed to have their litter and their temperament? No, but again, it makes it more likely. You know, and people just, they don't really appreciate it, and or they don't think of it in those terms. I hate it when people inquire about a puppy from us and the first thing they ask is price. And it's like an immediate thing that puts me off them, because, you know, their temperaments, their health tests, what they get up to says to me far more about the dog than what price it is. If people inquire about us and they've not seen our Instagram or YouTube channel or Facebook page, and I'm like, okay, why haven't you researched me? Why haven't you looked into me? Why haven't you done a bit of background search on who I am and what I do and what my dogs are like? Like, put a bit of work into it. When people come to us, they're like, seen your YouTube videos, loved them, I was researching Dalmatians, came across your channel, and I'm like, immediately that's points in their favour because they're doing research. Disney's a bit lame, by the way. On the foot she broke, played tennis ball yesterday, and she obviously went a bit hard at it. Not a banana. Yeah, and unfortunately for Dalmatians, almost more than any other breed, I think, people will choose them based on their looks. Because they're spotty, they're cool, kids love them. You know, they've got 101 Dalmatians, they've got Paw Patrol that's got a Dalmatian in it. And, you know, they stand out. But that doesn't mean they suit everybody. And, you know, I'd think more of people if, for example, they wanted, say, one of Lily's puppies more than one of Judith's puppies, or eventually if Aria passes her health test, in Aria's puppies, because Lily's lower energy. Lily is less playful, more cuddly. Not to say that Jude and Aria aren't cuddly, because they are, but, you know, look at my dogs and think, I love that, I want that. You know, Pod's puppies, if they inherit his temperament, yeah, he's a little bit stubborn, but he's so easy to live with. He never misses a meal, he's not fussy, he's super cuddly, he loves walking, he's really good in training class. Take him to a show, he's just Mr. Laid Back, nothing bothers him, nothing phases him. It's just really, really easy. And like, I really am hoping he has the ability to pass his temperament on, because it's just so easy to live with. He's playful, not really into playing fetch. He'll play with toys if another dog's got him, so he's exactly like his mother. Banana, you like 2 peas in a pod? But yeah, do your research into the breeder, into their dogs. Not everybody's got a big social media presence, that doesn't matter. You can still look at pictures, you can still look at things that other people do with their dogs. Most kennels have got a Facebook page for their kennel. And then you might see a show kennel and you think, oh, but I don't want a show dog, I want a pet. I don't need a pretty dog, I just need a pet. Well, okay, but if that breeder is breeding towards the breed standard, they are breeding for a sound moving dog. A dog with correct conformation means a dog that's putting less pressure and strain on their joints, therefore they are less likely to break down. So, you know, if over-angulated, under-angulated behind, they put in more pressure and strain on other parts of their body as part of their movement. So yeah, maybe you don't need a pretty dog, but if you've got one that's following the breed standard or close to the breed standard, then in theory you've got a healthier dog. And I think some of these other breeds that have gone very, very extreme in their conformation have done a big disservice to most of the other breeds. So most of the other breeds aren't going to the extreme, aren't going to detrimental conformation. You look quite like a black breed, don't you? And because they see show breeders as having done that to those breeds, they taint everybody with that same brush. And it's not true for most breeds. And I think you've got to look at it as a breed by breed. I think he's eating his own blackberries now. Got to look at it as a breed by breed thing, not a all show dogs thing. Because most show breeders, like at the end of the day, if you breed a dog that isn't sound or keeps going lame or keeps breaking down, you can't go to shows. So your hobby, showing, is pretty much defunct. Oh my gosh. I'm mad picking blackberries for the dogs. Lil, you can't eat your own. See, Pod can pick his own. Oh, Jude. You drink too much water too quickly, didn't ya? So yeah, I'm having a rant and a ramble today. Just because it annoys me that people just make impulse buys of dogs. They get put off by quite unnecessary things, like the puppy lives more than an hour away, the breeder lives more than an hour away. It's like, you're just getting the car drive, you know. You've got a lifelong, you know, their life could last 12 to 14 years. So surely an extra couple of hours in the car is worth it if you're getting a puppy that's better suited, that's healthier. Got loads of good blackberries. So yeah, maybe I'll stop my rant now. because I feel like I'll probably end up repeating myself. Aria, want some? So yeah, rant, ramble, whatever you want to call it. I say over, but I've had similar rants and rambles before, and you know, because I upload so often, I think videos like that can get lost. And now we're getting more viewers, more subscribers, more everything. I think sometimes repeating these rants and rambles can help, but also like I still keep seeing people saying that, and like obviously not everybody who's getting a Dalmatian is gonna watch my channel, and I'm not arrogant enough to think they should or would, but I just wish people would think. And you know, I could go into a further ramble about picking the right breeder. You know, this is pretty much just saying, think about what you want, think about the health tests, think about what you're prepared to do to get a healthy companion for hopefully a long time. And if that's travelling, if that's paying a little bit more money, that's fine. And I think if people aren't doing things with their dogs, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be shown, it doesn't have to be carriage dog training, which is what these guys were originally meant to be. It could be anything. Scent dog work, obedience, hoopers, agility, canicross, anything. It's showing that you've got sound dogs that have got a temperament that are able to go out in public. Small blackberries there. Kind of bumpy with blackberries. It's just telling people do some research. It's just telling people think. Be prepared to wait. Be prepared to travel. Be prepared to maybe pay a little bit more if you feel that breeder and their dogs are the right match for you. And that counts for any breed, not just Dalmatians. Counts for any breeder. So yeah, anyway, I will actually shut up now because I've been rambling on for nearly 18 minutes. Anyway, see you all soon. Bye.